Welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur podcast. I'm Denise Milianta, your host. We are wrapping up a three-part series today, the 3 most valuable assets as a coach and or consultant. We're on pillar number 3. So listen in, grab a pen and some paper because you're going to want to take some notes as we finalize this series. Hey, Coach. Welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur Show. I'm Denise Milianta, self-proclaimed mama bear of the coaching industry, certified professional coach, mentor, consultant, tech trainer, and a faith-fueled business maven with a knack for turning chaos into gold. If you are ready to leverage your hard-earned coaching certification, get clarity, create ripples in the marketplace, build a business that glorifies God, and make money, this podcast is for you. You can find out more and connect with me over at denisemilianta.coach. Ready to dig into today's show? Get ready for a dash of sass, a sprinkle of wit, a dose of wisdom, and a whole lot of no-nonsense strategies that will transform your life and your business. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to part 3 of a 3-part series of your 3 most valuable assets as a coach and or consultant. If you have not listened to the first 2 episodes, please go back, listen to episode 1 or part 1 of this series called Expertise, Your Secret Sauce. Number 2 was Connection, the Heart of the Matter. And today we're talking about delivering results because this is where the rubber meets the road. As James 2:17 says, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Your clients are paying for feeling good. They want transformation. This is the thing that separates the coaching wheat from the chaff. It's delivering results. So set some clear expectations, create actionable plans, and hold your clients accountable. Be their cheerleader, drill sergeant, and a voice of reason all in one. Now, as James 2:17 says, again, faith by itself, if it does not have works is dead. Now, I'm not here to give you a sermon, but I do want to tell you that this does apply to your coaching, just like peanut butter applies to jelly, because your clients aren't paying you for their hard-earned cash for feeling good and motivational quotes that they could get off of a calendar or on Google. No, they want transformation. They want to go from zero to hero, from meh to magnificent, or from couch potato to CEO. Now, the big question is, how do you deliver these transformational results? Well, buckle up because this is what I'm going to talk about today. So you need to set those clear expectations, right? This is not just about telling your clients what you're going to do. It's about sitting down with them and having a come to Jesus moment about what they need to do. Be as clear as a windshield after a visit from the car wash. Leave no room for, but I thought you meant, or I didn't realize I had to. Clarity is your best friend. So please, please, please make sure you are clear. You also want to create actionable plans because we all know a goal without a plan is just a wish. And last time I checked, the wish fairy wasn't handing out success like candy. So you want to break down those big, scary goals into bite-sized, actionable steps. Make them so simple that even a 2-year-old could follow them. Now, remember, you're not trying to impress anyone with your complex 17-step plans. You're trying to get results. I don't usually say things like this, but in this case, simple is sexy. You also want to hold your clients accountable because this is where you're going to need to use your inner drill sergeant, right? You know, minus the yelling and push-ups, of course, but you want to check in regularly. You have to ask them the tough questions and don't let your clients wiggle out of commitments that they've made to themselves. Be the voice in their head that says, you promised you do this, now let's see it. You also want to measure because if you are not measuring, you're simply just guessing, and guessing is not useful. So set up systems to track progress. Your progress as a coach, you don't have to share that with your client, but you want to track your client's progress. You want to celebrate the wins regardless of how small they are. And when you hit roadblocks, and you can use that data to adjust your approach or your coaching style or your coaching methodology. You're also going to want to be flexible, because here's the thing about plans. They're great until they're not. So be ready to pivot fast if you have to. If something is not working, don't stubbornly stick to it just because it's the plan. Your job is to get results, not to be right. And also, and lastly, you don't want to over communicate. You do want to keep your clients in the loop, let them know what's working, what's not, and what needs to change. Remember, both of you are on this journey together. So you don't want to leave your client feeling like they're stumbling around in the dark while you're holding the flashlight. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. As I said earlier, you need to be their cheerleader, drill sergeant, and voice of reason all rolled into one fabulous coach. You've got to know when to pat them on the back and when to give them a metaphorical kick in the pants. You need to be able to celebrate their successes like you've just won the lottery, and analyze their failures with the cool detachment of a scientist, right? And here's another kicker. You need to do all of this while maintaining that connection we talked about early, because results without relationships, well, that's just a transaction, and we don't want to just work with transactions. Remember, at the end of the day, your reputation is built on the transformations that you facilitate, not the theories you know or the formulas that you've put into place. You can talk a good game, but if you can't back it up with cold, hard results, you're not going to be useful. So set those expectations, make those plans, crack the accountability whip, gently, of course, we're not actually going to hurt anybody here, and deliver those transformations. Be the before and after story your clients cannot wait to tell. Because when it comes to coaching, the proof really is in the pudding. So it makes sense to do all of these things. Now, bringing it all together, when you combine all three elements, all three episodes, they're going to create a synergy greater than the sum of its parts. Your expertise informs strategies. Your connection tailors them to each client, and your result focus keeps everyone motivated. It's like a three-legged stool. Remove any leg and it's going to topple, right? But with all three strong, you've got a stable foundation for coaching success. So think of it like this. Your expertise is the engine, your connection is the steering wheel, and your results focus is the gas pedal. You need all three to get anywhere worth going in this coaching journey. So breaking it down again, expertise informs your strategies. Your knowledge base is like a treasure trove of potential solutions. It's the well you draw from when your client comes to you with a problem. But remember, it's not about showing off how much you know. It's about applying the right knowledge at the right time. Connection is going to tailor those strategies to each client. This is where you take that shiny strategy and you customize it to your specific client. Your ability to connect helps you understand not just the what of your client's problem, but the why. It's the difference between giving someone a map and actually walking the journey with them. And then results focus keeps everyone motivated. This is your North Star, your guiding light. But seriously, keeping your eye on the prize helps you and your clients stay on track. It's going to turn your coaching from a nice chat into a transformational experience. Now, here's where it really gets interesting. These three elements don't just work in parallel, they actually amplify each other. Your expertise is going to also help you build credibility, which deepens your connection. And your connection allows you to apply your expertise more effectively. And your results focus sharpens both your expertise and your connection skills. Again, it's a three-legged stool. If you remove any leg, the whole thing topples over. But with all three legs strong and balanced, you've got the stable foundation that can support the weight of any coaching challenge. Now imagine you're working with a client who wants to improve their public speaking skills. Your expertise tells you about techniques like structuring a speech and managing nervousness. Your connection skills will help you understand that this client's fear stems from a bad experience in high school. And your focus on results keeps you both working towards the goal of delivering a knockout presentation at the upcoming company meeting. So without the expertise, you'd be shooting in the dark. Without connection, you might miss the root of the problem. And without a results focus, you might have great conversations that absolutely go nowhere. But again, bring them all together, and this is where all of the magic happens. That's when you're not just a coach, but a catalyst for transformation. You are helping people transform and change lives. So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. Never stop learning. Your expertise is a living, growing thing. You need to feed it regularly with new knowledge, fresh perspectives, and a healthy dose of curiosity. Always be connecting. Practice that active listening, empathy, and authentic communication like they're Olympic sports and you're going for the gold. And then lastly, keep your eye on the prize. Set clear goals, create actionable plans, and celebrate every victory, no matter how small it is. You're not just juggling these three elements, you're weaving all three of them into coaching excellence. It's not about being perfect at each one, but about how they all work together to create something greater than the sum of its parts. In the words of Ecclesiastes 4, verse 12, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of three strands is not quickly broken. And in the coaching world, those three strands are you, the expert, connected, and results-driven coaching powerhouse that you are. So be the coach that doesn't just talk the talk or walk the walk, but does the full-on coaching, cha-cha with style, substance, and a whole lot of success. Okay, let's wrap it up with the one thing challenge, right? Here it is. It's the expertise, connection, results trifecta. For the next week, I want you to focus on one client, or if you're just starting out, you can even do it on yourself if you want to. But put your coaching trifecta into action, and here's how you're going to do that. Expertise. Identify one area of your expertise that your client needs most. Spend 30 minutes deep diving into this topic. I don't know whether that's reading an article, watching a video, or reviewing all of your notes. You want to distill what you learn into 3 key points that can help your client. Step number 2 is connection. Set up a 15-minute connection call with your client, but here's the twist. You're not allowed to give any advice. I know it's going to be really hard, right? Especially for me. Your only job is to listen and ask questions. Try to uncover something new about their goals, fears, or motivations. And step 3, results. Based on what you've learned from step 1 and 2, create one specific, measurable action step for your client. It should be something that they can accomplish in the next 7 days, and it will move them closer to their goal. So I hope that this series was helpful, okay? Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's just about making progress so that you can continuously improve your craft, which is coaching. So dive in, give it a shot, and let the transformations happen. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part series, and be well, be magnificent, be blessed. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Coach by God Entrepreneur. If this blessed you, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. I would be truly blessed if you shared this podcast with another coach. And remember, success in coaching is not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Tune in for more insights and actionable strategies in my upcoming episodes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and let God lead the way to your coaching greatness.